New South Wales, Australia. The deep waters of the Pacific Ocean just off the eastern coast of the land down under are world famous for deep-sea fishing. Here, fishermen regularly catch a variety of marine life, including marlin, swordfish, and even sharks. But in March of 2019, an unusual incident took place when a local fisherman hooked a 550-pound Mako shark on his line. As he hauled it into his boat, the only thing left was a severed head. The rest of the massive shark's body had apparently been devoured by an even larger and unidentified ocean predator.
Pictures went viral of this Mako shark just absolutely decimated from the head down. There was so much mystery surrounding this because looking at this picture of this Mako, this thing looks humongous. It seriously did cause some speculation as to what kind of mega predator could have caused a bite this big on such a huge shark.
What animal could be so large and so ferocious that it literally ripped a shark to shreds? An extraordinary theory emerged. Is it possible that this violent encounter was the work of a real-life sea monster? It may sound like an outlandish notion, but the surprising truth is that this is not the first inexplicable attack that has been recorded off the coast of Australia. In fact, scientists have been actively searching for an elusive and monstrous predator in these waters since 2003.
In 2003, I was involved with Australia's premier scientific organisation, the CSIRO. They'd started a satellite tagging program to better understand the movement patterns of great white sharks. We tagged 4 or 5 great white sharks, and one of them in particular, Shark Alpha, was around 9–10 feet in length. No small animal by any stretch of the imagination. About 2 months later, the tag showed this shark had been chased down the continental shelf edge, down to a depth of around 2,000 feet, where it appeared to have been devoured by something. And that something had an internal temperature of around 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And that temperature, regardless of where the tag went then, the depth, that temperature stayed relatively constant. It was a bubble of temperature, showing it was inside the stomach of something. What that could be, we don't know. But the proportions it would have to eat a great white is colossal. It would have to be massive. You're really starting to stray into the realm of the unbelievable. So that leaves the kind of uncomfortable notion of, what is it?
It's alarming to think that there could be a giant sea monster lurking in the deep that can swallow a great white shark whole. Nevertheless, some scientists claim that even more evidence of a fearsome sea creature lies in the strange behavior of marine life off the coast of Australia.
In 2023, a number of pilot whales beached themselves on the shores of Western Australia. These whales were huddled in an unusual way. People got some of these whales back out to the water, but they came right back in and beached themselves again. One of the theories is that this pod of whales was escaping something, was running away from something. Now, if it was a great white coming towards a pod of whales, there's power in numbers. They wouldn't beach themselves over that. So it couldn't have been just a regular great white shark. There's no way. But if it was something about 65 feet long, maybe.
Is there something else that's in the food chain that is literally frightening them to shore? Is it possible that there is something out here that we literally haven't seen before? And that's the question.
With so many anomalous incidents happening in the waters off Australia, it naturally begs the question, are they all connected? Is there a giant sea monster that can bite a Mako shark in half, swallow a great white whole, and send a horde of whales fleeing for their lives? The truth is that for the moment, scientists are at a loss for answers. And for many, the possibility that there are monstrous, undiscovered creatures in the unexplored depths of the ocean should not be dismissed.
When you take into consideration that we literally don't know very much about the ocean, we only have mapped something like 20% of it, and we've only seen something like 1 or 2% of it. There could be things hiding out here that we've never seen before.